As the world intensifies efforts to combat climate change, Indonesia has begun developing carbon capture and storage technology as a key emission reduction strategy. This brings us to the research titled Communicating Sustainability Through Technology with the framing of CCS as an economic environmental sustainability effort by Indonesia Maritime and Investment Ministry. This presentation will cover five main points as follows: author identity, research background, research method, result and discussion, and also conclusions. Let's begin with the first point, author identity. The first writer is myself, Jihan Safira, as a bachelor degree at the Faculty of Communication, LSPR Institute of Communication and Business. The second writer is Ms. Salsabila Andi Akil, MECom, as a lecturer at the Faculty of Communication, LSPR Institute of Communication and Business. And the third writer is Catherine, as a bachelor degree at the Faculty of Communication, LSPR Institute of Communication and Business. Background of the problem. Climate change is no longer just an environmental issue, it's a global crisis. According to the IPCC, rising carbon dioxide level directly increase global temperature, leading to extreme weather events. In Indonesia, almost all natural disasters are climate related, such as coastal erosion and failed harvests due to extreme conditions, as noted by BNPB. To address this, the Paris Agreement 2015 commits nations to limit temperature rise. Indonesia supports this by developing carbon capture and storage as a technology that captures CO2 emissions before they reach the atmosphere. Indonesia has shown strong commitment by issuing key CCS-related regulations, and Kemenkomarves is the main institution overseeing this effort. However, some challenges remain. Critics like IESR and Greenpeace Indonesia question CCS effectiveness and costs. Moreover, our pre-research survey revealed that university students were largely unaware of what CCS is, showing a serious communication gap. And method, this research used a qualitative descriptive method with a framing theory and environmental communication as the framework. Data were collected through in-depth interview with the stakeholders from government, industry, civil society, and CCS professionals, and performed media content analysis from Detik, Kompas, and official press release by Kemenkomarves. This approach helped to understand how CCS is framed by the government and how this narrative are reflected or misunderstood in the public sphere. Results from the analyzing using framing theory and environmental communication, there are six important points that were found in this research. First, even though the topic of CCS is highly relevant to the public, the government has not actively involved communities or opened wider space for public participation. This shows a lack of inclusive engagement in the policy-making process. Second, there is limited communication about risk. Government focus more on benefit but less on explaining the possibility environmental, economic, or social risks of CCS. Third, climate change is framed as a serious and multidimensional problem, not just environmental but also social and economic. This reflects the need for holistic solutions across sectors. Fourth, the government identifies human activity like industrial emissions and land use as the main drivers of climate change. This clearly points out who and what should take responsibility. Fifth, CCS is framed as a part of Indonesia's moral responsibility to protect the environmental while achieving sustainability growth. It's seen as both an ethical and strategic move. And finally, CCS is present as a long-term solution for climate action, and not only it helps reduce emissions, but it also has the potential to attract investment and create green jobs. for the conclusion, based on the analysis using the framing theory, it can be concluded that the coordinating Ministry of Maritime Affairs and Investment, Kemenkomarves, frames the carbon capture and storage project as a key solution to climate change, highlights its role in reducing emissions and achieving the net zero target. However, the communications remain mostly one way, with limited public engagement and low awareness of its associated risks. Environmental groups have also criticized the project as ineffective and high risk. They show that the current framing has yet to build a shared understanding between the government, public, and environmental organizations. We hope this research provides valuable insights into how public communication regarding carbon capture and storage can be improved, especially by increasing public engagement and transparent risk communication. Thank you for your attention.